You know, I was getting in a discussion with the girls that were on my jury. One of them is an actress turned director, and one of them is a well-known actress. The actress was telling the actress turned director how she could never do what she did. She could never become a director because it takes such extraordinary ego. And basically, she was sticking her foot in her mouth the whole time. And I tried to save her by saying, yeah, you know, it's very hard. I don't know if I could hold that all in my head. But what makes you want to work for a director, and you'll see this in all the best directors, they have around them, like the Coen brothers work with the same people all the time because they have a vocabulary together. They have a rhythm. And it's not just about respect, but they know how to, they all know how to work together. And they all know who the boss is. And sometimes that boss is Joel, and sometimes it's Ethan, but they know who the boss is in any given circumstance in that film. And they all know what their job is, and Joel and Ethan know exactly what they want, and it makes it very easy to walk on that set and work with them. That's why everybody wants to work with those guys. So a director that actually, it's a very hard thing, that actually has the megalomania to do a film and to totally conceive it and control it and guide it without abusing the trust that he has to have for everybody around it, with having it's like megalomania with respect, do you know? So I don't know quite how to do that because everybody knows who the boss is and they want to be led. They just don't want to be abused. And every now and then you'll run into some guys that, you know, create a problem, and, you know, those are guys that are like me, that are constantly bouncing around and not working with the same directors, I guess. I don't know. But mostly they end up gathering everybody around them. In the 70s, it was really interesting because you had like William Friedkin, who I think was at his height was the best director out there. And you had Coppola, and you had Spielberg starting out, and you had George Lucas, and you had this whole sort of group of guys, and Michael Cimino, and just making great movies. And then a few of them just completely imploded, like Friedkin and like Cimino and Coppola. And I think it's just because it's such a huge thing to carry with you, and they didn't inspire anybody to actually follow them ultimately, completely. You know, they did, but they couldn't keep it up. You know, Spielberg has such a great group around him. Who else has a great group around him? Walter Hill had a great group around him. Who else is up? Aronofsky has a good group. The Coens have a great group around them. You know, and they end up supporting each other. So megalomania that gives everybody confidence that you know what you're doing, and then you respect that everybody else knows what they're doing, and they'll help you and report. You know, just don't be an asshole, I guess. It's a long way around what I was saying. It's a long drive to get next door.